nonchalant reading. Again. Oh, and someone knocked at the door. Hello?
Hi, Mrs. Carr.
Hi.
My name is Jessica. I'm the student social worker / parent aide with Community Health Services. We spoke on the phone yesterday.
Oh, yes. Come on in. Take a seat.
Okay, thank you. Now, after we spoke on the phone yesterday, I had a talk with my supervisor to see if there was anything that we could do to help you with repairing your hot water heater and fixing your roof.
Great.
And she advised that we reopen your case.
Reopen? Why? Am I in trouble? Are you guys investigating me for abuse again? I didn't do anything wrong.
No, Mrs. Carr. You see, our agency does contract with CPS, but we also do independent work to provide families the services they may need.
Okay.
Okay, so before we can bring you into our agency again to reopen the case, we're going to have to go through the intake process again.
Okay. That seems like a lot of work. Is there a way you can just refer us for help with the hot water heater without going through intake again?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Carr, but we only refer for those services for our own clients. We actually have a contract with these services to provide you the repairs on a sliding scale fee.
Okay.
But they only do so for our clients. So if we're going to help you with the hot water heater, we need to reopen the case. And when we reopen the case, we can't just reopen the case because you need your hot water heater fixed. So before we get into that, we're going to have to do a needs assessment.
Okay.
And before I get into that, let me inform you of the confidentiality. Do you remember last time you were in our services that, I informed you about everything that you say with me is between you and I, and I don't take it to outside unless it's required by the court per DCFS, which in this case it's not that. It won't be that way. I also have to report if there's any threat of injury to yourself or others, or if there's any legal violation.
Okay. But everything else is just between us?
Everything else is just between us.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do we have to do for the intake?
Yes, well, I'm going to have to ask you some questions, and I don't want you to think I'm being redundant. I'm going to have to know, well, how about if I just go through the interview with you and you can just have patience with me as we repeat a lot of the same information. I just need to document these things in your own words.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mrs. Carr, who lives with you here?
I have a 19-year-old son. His name's Artie. I also have two younger children. Lorraine is 9 and Phil is 11.
Okay. And are Phil and Lorraine in school?
Yep, they go to the local middle school.
Okay, that's good. And how are they doing in school?
Phil's doing okay. He's doing a lot better since he got involved with the karate through church. So that's really helped. And Lorraine's doing well in her classes. She does well in her classes with school, but she doesn't really have any friends, and the kids kind of pick on her and make fun of her. So.
Have you addressed these issues with the school?
The school actually called me and yelled at me for being a bad mother and for not dressing them well enough, and for they said that Lorraine was smelly and that she wasn't being taken care of well enough. And I'm not a bad mother. I have a broken hot water heater. How am I supposed to make sure she bathes often enough and give her clean clothes if we can't clean them? I mean, I'm doing everything I can, but so I just don't want to get into it with them because they are mean.
Okay, so her issues in school, would you say that they're more due to her hygiene?
Yeah. I mean, the kids make fun of her for that. for the way she dresses, and her clothes don't always match and are clean. So I guess I would say that.
Would it be helpful if we could refer you for services to get things like deodorant and baby powder and vouchers for the local Salvation Army thrift store? We could provide you with those services. Would that help it out?
Yeah, maybe. Would we still fix the hot water heater? Or you just mean in addition to that?
In addition to that, we're going to do a comprehensive intake interview here. We're going to look at all your needs and set goals according to those needs.
Okay.
So our first goal that we have set so far is to address the hygiene issues by getting you a referral to some outside resources that would help you out with things like baby powder and deodorant and the voucher for the Salvation Army thrift store, so that that's not such a burden on you.
Okay.
Okay. So looking back, you were talking about you're having a hard time with communicating with the school.
Yeah. I don't talk to them at all.
Has it always been that way?
No, it was fine up until last year when Phil started having some problems in school. And it really, I haven't had a good relationship with them in the past year, so.
Right, I understand. Would you like to work on strategies for improving the communication between you and the school as well?
It'd be nice if I had a better relationship with them, but I don't really know how to go about it, so.
Okay. Would you like to make it one of your goals in your service plan to incorporate some problem-solving strategies for working on these communication problems with the school to more help you open up the lines of communication?
Yeah, if you think you could help them, because I don't have a problem. If you think you can help improve our relationship, yeah, that would be great. That would be great.
Okay. So you don't have a problem?
Well, no, they're calling me and telling me I'm a bad mother, and I'm trying to do everything I can. So if you could fix that, if you could help me fix that, so that I could talk to them without them yelling at me, that'd be good.
Okay. So what would you say the problem is with communicating with them?
The only time they ever call me is to yell at me.
Okay, so we're going to work this into your case plan to look at problem-solving strategies later on. Now tell me more about Lorraine.
Besides the way she dresses and stuff, she doesn't really have any friends. She doesn't really hang out with anyone, doesn't really do anything. We go to church on Sundays, and she sees some of the kids there, and they seem to get along, but she hasn't really bonded with anyone. And in school, she doesn't really do anything with anyone that's her own age. She just comes home, and we have a lot of pets, and so she likes playing with them.
So what would you say is her problem? What is she struggling with?
She's struggling with making friends, socializing, doing anything with other kids, really.
Okay.
So.
Now, does she have any extracurricular activities that she does?
No, we haven't been able to do anything outside of. You mean outside of school?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No.
She there's a gym class at school she really likes. And they've been doing gymnastics and stuff. And actually, the last time the school called me to yell at me, they told me I should put her in gymnastics, but it costs money, and it would be right after school, and then the bus wouldn't be able to take her home, and so I told her that she couldn't do that. So.
Okay. Now, if we could provide you services for transportation and provide you with a waiver for the fee for the gymnastics, would that make it sound more feasible for you to enroll her in the gymnastics?
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't have to pay for it and I didn't have to worry about getting her home, I mean, I don't, have a car that works, and transportation's always kind of an issue,
Right.
always asking people to drive us everywhere. So if I didn't have to worry about that, then it would probably be good for her.
Okay, so we want to look at locating local resources in the community for transportation as our next goal.
Okay.
And
So you're talking about these goals, but I first called you about the hot water heater. That's still something we're going to be able to work on, right?
oh, most definitely. From what we have here, can I just rephrase your goals back to you, and you can tell me if you're agreeable with that, or
Sure.
if we need to rephrase them?
Sure.
Okay. Our first goal is going to be to refer out for services for hygiene. That would include getting the deodorant and the new clothes.
Okay.
Is there a better way that you would like that stated?
No, you said that right about getting the deodorant and stuff from the church and the Salvation Army. Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Our second goal is to work on communication,
Mm-hmm.
problem
With the
solving
school.
strategies with the school.
Mm-hmm.
And our third goal would be to arrange for transportation for Lorraine and for the waiver for the extracurricular activities. Is
Yep,
that
for
right?
gymnastics team. Yep.
Okay. And then since we have these goals established, I believe that we can officially reopen your case.
Okay.
And I'm going to go back to the office, and I'm going to write this all up in a service plan, which I'll need to bring back here for you to sign. And then I'm going to write out the referrals for your roof repair and for your hot water heater to get fixed. And we should have someone out here within the next week.
Oh, great. That would be great.
Okay. So, now discussing the times we're going to need to see each other. How often do you think you're going to need to see me?
Well, if you're able to do those referrals, and I don't know, if we met a couple times to talk about how to contact the school, I guess that would be enough, right?
Okay, so let's look at it this way. I'm free next Wednesday at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Are you available then?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be here.
Okay, then I'm going to bring your case plan back to you so you can sign it. And then we can go over some of the things we need to work on. And then we can decide from then when we would need to see each other again. Sound
Okay.
good?
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
Okay, then Mrs. Carr, I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.
Thanks so
Nice
much
seeing
for
you
coming
again.
by.
Thank you.